nature.
Take flight! Embrace the ice! Shadows of fate! Let me scream!
The wind knows me.
Whirling snow! Fate is upon me!
Into the wind.
Take flight! Delve into depth!
A sight to see. The Scarlet King's splendor surrounds us.
There's so much vegetation here. It's different than what I expected.
Sure are a lot of plants for a desert.
That's what I call divine providence of the Scarlet King.
It's getting
Wait. What's that?
A load of flowers. And it looks like there's something among them.
Oh, these are Scarlet King runes.
They left something behind. Yes. It's an elegy written in an ancient script.
What does it say?
Here lies our faithful priest Kasala. His wisdom is a miracle among the people, deserving of high praise and admiration.
You can read ancient Scarlet King script?
Of course. Every student needs to master at least 20 languages before they graduate.
He's not serious, right?
There's still something off about this place. The elemental energy, the scent of life.
Is this it?
Analyzing.
There seems to be a hidden message among these skeletal remains. Excellent. There's a device from the Scarlet King's civilization in this gravesite. I'll transmit the information over and project it for everyone to see.
Isn't sharing knowledge against the Academia's rules?
Yes. However, under the circumstances, I'd prefer you to see this for yourself. You'll understand after watching it.
Civilization is born of knowledge, but so too can knowledge be its demise. A disaster caught us unaware. It was knowledge that did not belong to this world. The Scarlet King brought this forbidden knowledge into our world, and it quickly spread like a plague. People's minds were filled with crazed whispers. Dark gray scales spread across their bodies. Even the land was stripped of its vigor. Only a desperate, deathly silence remained. Were it not for greater Lord Rukkhadevata from the forests, the damage would have been irreversible. She summoned the priests to build temples and infused into them the divine power of life. The disaster was miraculously tempered, and the embers of our civilization were preserved in Aru village. Alas, the miracle could not last. As long as forbidden knowledge continued to exist, it would forever blight this world. In the end, the proud king of the desert, my eternal lord, chose to sacrifice himself. I have spent my whole life since guarding one of these many temples. But now, my duty is coming to an end. As I close my eyes for the final time, the sight of that noble deity will appear in my vision once more. In helping the Scarlet King to eradicate forbidden knowledge, she exhausted her strength, and her form became that of a small child. How strange. Now that I think of her, I no longer have any fear of death, for I sense that the spirit of life will abide with me during my eternal sleep. Children of the desert, cling no longer to past grievances, but hold tight to the memory of this act of benevolence.
What was that?
The priest's memories.
No, impossible.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. So the former Dendro Archon and the...
But this doesn't make any sense. The Dendro Archon's
Was that the former Dendro Archon?
You might be distrustful of the Akasha, but there's no reason for you to doubt the Scar. You've just witnessed his priest's last.
I've never heard about any of this before. The surviving followers of the Scarlet King all gathered in Aru village. The Scarlet King's death, the all but total annihilation of our civilization. We saw her as nothing more than a traitor, who stabbed us in the back in our moment of crisis.
You were blinded by your prejudice.
If I hadn't seen this for myself, if I hadn't witnessed his last, how could I ever begin to accept this? The truth is so far from what I've always known.
Raman, that's enough. Give it a rest. You're starting to make a fool.
Dia, tell me, my Aramites and I.
Hey, how you doing?
I'll live. I should probably go. Can't just...
What's your next move gonna be?
Oh, I know what you're going to ask. I feel deeply, but please, give me some time. After everything...
It's not gonna be easy.
Well, I guess that's for me to deal with. Dia, this is where our camp's located. Make a note of it.
When would be a good time for us to go?
Tomorrow, I'll convince everyone that we're all on the same side. And I'll return every last one of your your village keepers. We'll share our other resources with you, too.
You seem to finally understand that our...
Yes. The gods never gave up on anyone.
That must have been rough, but he seems...
Ramon's no fool. It's too bad he was held back by his belief in the Scarlet King. But now that that's changed, I guess we have a few...
The outcome...
We should get going too. Let's head back. Sino, we're leaving!
Stop yelling.
Raman, we're here.
Everything's been arranged. Someone will bring the village keepers back to Aru village shortly.
I guess all I can say now is... thanks for agreeing to help.
Ah, don't mention it. I think we can both agree you went to hell and back for it. But we share a common cause now. From here on out, we're allies.
Where are the perpetrators?
I'll bring you to them. Follow me.
So these are the people who kidnapped the village keepers.
Oh no, it's the scribe!
There's no need to yell.
We've been all over the desert trying to find...
That's right.
General Mahamatra? No, no! Make it quick, please! Swift and...
Whoa. The moment they set eyes on Simon...
You should have known that I would be coming for you.
Wait, we were just following orders. You know what I'm talking about, right? There's no way we could have done all this by ourselves.
No, not Sino. He's gonna tear us.
I could do worse.
Please have mercy.
Start talking. Otherwise...
So, your superiors have kept you quite busy recently. Why?
They,
Don't play dumb. You know what I'm really at. They extract divine canned knowledge. Then what?
Well, you better start talking or...
You don't want to make things any more difficult for yourself, do ya?
Be my guest.
Uh-huh. That sure didn't sound like a fancy metaphor or anything. You're serious.
How did you know?
There's no use hiding it now. Yes, you're right. The Academia is working on an important and potentially world-changing project. They are creating a new god. A god that will belong to them and to the people of Sumeru. It may seem as if Sumeru's academics are thriving, but ever since the death of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, scholarly breakthroughs, the withering of Irminsul has been getting worse recently. The sages have tried everything they could think of, but nothing's worked. I'm always hearing them say things like, if only Greater Lord Rukkhadevata...
Continue.
And then, someone from the Fatui showed up. They called him the Doctor. He brought a gnosis, and said he wanted to borrow the Academia's research facilities. The Doctor was previously expelled from the Academia. At first, the sages looked down at him in disdain. But when he said those words, everyone's expression changed. He asked them, do you wish to create a god?
This is what the arrogant ignorance at the extreme end of academia looks like.
First, the Academia spent a long time constructing a divine vessel, which was based on an exquisite humanoid puppet. After that, they harvested dreams via the Zeb-Zerus Festival Samsara, maximizing the Akasha's output. With the Doctor's help, and the Akasha now functioning at maximum efficiency, they were able to use it to extract the power from the Gnosis and convert it into a divine core. Next, they decided that their new god needed to possess divine wisdom. For that to happen, they needed a huge quantity of divine canned knowledge.
It adds up.
But how do you determine whether the knowledge extracted is of divine origin?
Call it an educated guess? The Academia has been trying to figure out the exact source of the Scholar's madness for centuries. Nobody can explain the cause of this phenomenon. Surely you can see what if it's knowledge no mortal can comprehend, then it must be something only gods are able to decipher. In other words...
You must have noticed by now. The Academia doesn't care about who their god is. It is as if they are cursed with a desire for omniscience and omnipotence that burn. Some organisms demonstrate phototaxis, and thus orient their entire lives in respect to sources of... This is but a form of phototaxis. For many scholars, the absence of a god of wisdom means...
Then what does Lesser Lord Kusanali mean? Is she not a true god present in this world? If you already had...
From the beginning, the Academia has never treated her as... When the Academia first discovered Lesser Lord Kusanali, the newborn god of wisdom, the sages hoped they found that at the time she possessed no more intelligence than any ordinary human child. The sages never had a root or not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali's gnosis had been used to power the Akasha this entire time. By herself, she has neither an Archon's raw power, nor the spectacular insight expected of a god of wisdom. Slowly but surely, people began to forget about her.
So, this is the path the sages have chosen.
All right, let's try to keep our cool. If everyone's in a... Rahman, give me a few men to help us escort the village keepers back to the village.
Sure. As you...
The village keepers you found have all been returned to their homes, and each one has a dedicated caregiver.
The atmosphere. Hey! Say something! Stop spacing out!
Come on, is there nothing left to talk about? In that case, let's all get some water.
Or I can go fetch.
Oh! Paimon's so coming with you!
Do you have any plans, traveler?
Gods above, you're not talking about work, are you?
So you were still withholding some information?
Even though we lived through all of this firsthand, it still feels super surreal to hear you talk.
What a whirlwind of a story. I felt like I was holding my breath.
It seems like there'll be more issues to face in the days ahead than I'd anticipate.
Still, now's a good time to make our next move. Now that Rahman's joined us, we'll be an even stronger team.
It's time to make a plan.
Indeed. These events are a flagrant transgression of the
So, everyone,
Crush the sages and rescue our god. That is our ultimate goal.
Well, let's brainstorm a little more about what other resources we can draw on.
The next time we gather here, we must have a solid plan.
Yep, it'll work out for sure.
Don't rush. This is a big undertaking, and take it slowly. We need...
He's starting to read his book.
Would you like me to lend you...
No way! Your books are...
I was joking. I know my books are...
Ugh, you're still in...
you must let me know if there's... Though I cannot leave Avru Village. I've never felt as roused as this when fighting. I suppose this must...
In the past, I never... If we can find a way to change all of this.
The past few days have been some of the most challenging, and none of it'll earn me a single mora. I can't believe it.
Look on the bright side, Dia. Maybe we'll get a...
You've got a point.
Paimon would buy boatloads.
That's it?
And maybe some tasty drinks.
Well, here's to all our indulgent fantasy. And here's hoping that everything we do from now on